Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today we've got a review of some products from Enmy. They are a marker company. They are, I don't know if they're new to the scene. I had just recently heard of them. They reached out to me and asked if I'd like to try their acrylic markers. And because people seem to be so interested in acrylic markers, I said yes, and I decided I would review them, which meant do some artwork with them, try them out, see how they were. They also found to use their some of their products, including their acrylic markers, and that's this right here. They also sent me these Outshiner glitter markers and this pad of cotton marker paper. So we're gonna look at everything and I'll give you my opinion on the different products and who they might be best for. So let's first take a look at the markers. They come in a nice carry box here. I'm actually gonna set these over to the side. This is probably, I'm gonna say it's about 12 by 13, a little over 13. It's got a nice handle. I think they have a children's set too that's like a washable marker, but I haven't really looked that far into this. This costs, let's see, I've got the price here. This set is $68.99 currently. It might be on sale when this video comes out, you never know. Prices fluctuate on Amazon, but that's the current price. I was wondering if it would be on sale for Amazon's big spring sale, but it didn't appear to be. It comes with a couple different things. It comes with like a little instruction booklet. Basically tells you to shake it before using, and when you uncap it, it tells you to uncap it facing up with the tip up so that it doesn't spatter, I guess. Now, I didn't always remember to uncap it with the tip facing up, and I didn't have any spatter issues. It almost seems like the back could potentially open up. So I don't know, if I use a marker, I will try to open it up and see if I can refill it, but these are not sold as refillable markers. Now, these came just kind of plain without the number down here on the bottom, but it came with a sheet of clear stickers. It was a bit of a job to put the stickers on, only because I found it kind of difficult to peel the stickers off. They're very thin, but they stuck fine, they worked fine, and I'm glad I did, because when I was doing some artwork with these, it was nice to be able to have the swatch sheet and look at the color number and then be able to see it while they were in their case, so you don't have to have them out in a cup. But they are also labeled on the top, so if you did want to have them in a cup while you're working, that would work too. Because this does take up quite a good amount of space. It's going to take, this mat is 24 inches wide, and it's hanging over this mat by an inch on both sides. So like 12 by 24 if you have it open. That said, I had this on an ottoman when I was just sitting in a chair working. Then I had this on a little side table. I was working on an easel, and I didn't really notice it being a problem. Let's look at the swatches here. I swatched them on white and on black just so we could see how vibrant they were. They all were quite opaque, although you did lose some of the saturation on the black paper versus on white paper, so that's something to keep in mind. You're gonna need the brightest results if you are working on white or bright paper, but I don't know, they're still pretty saturated. I know like reds are usually kind of difficult because reds tend to be kind of transparent, but you know, they're not bad. That red's pretty good. That one's a little transparent. That one's pretty opaque. You do tend to lose a little bit of saturation on that one, but not bad. Overall, it's a really nice color selection. I did notice on some of the light blues, they're really similar in color if you're looking at them on black, but they are more distinct or more unique when you're looking at them on white. I hope that shows up really well. It looks like it's getting kind of blown out on the camera, but they are all distinct, different colors. Same thing with the really pale, kind of eggshelly colors there. It's a nice color selection. I'm really happy with the color selection. So this was a lot of fun. The first time I used them was to swatch, and I was pretty impressed with the swatching, but swatching is only part of the story. I decided to do a painting, and what I did was I base coated this with a matte acrylic, and then let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. Oh, no, that's as far as I can go. And then I used the markers on top. The markers have a matte finish. I did add a gloss varnish on top of that, but the colors were vibrant. They I painted the leaf in the background flat green and pink, and then I went in with the pink marker because I wasn't quite happy with the pink that I used for the background, so I went in with that color pink. and colored in all the holes there in the leaf. And I was worried that I was going to run out of ink, but it did make it through that project just fine. All these speckles and all these colors on the leaf were done with the markers, and they worked great with this over the matte acrylic. That was the medium matte acrylic. So I was really happy. I was able to do that black detailing here on the bottoms of the top edge of each of the holes. That worked really well. The white, I didn't find quite opaque enough to do the white highlights that I wanted to, or fine tip enough, so I did use a fine tip marker for that. That was not the Enmy ones. I hope I'm saying that right. So that was the first piece of artwork I did. And then today I wanted to just do something on the marker paper using just the markers. And I'm sorry, I'm getting so much glare, but let me tip that there. You can see where I used the glitter markers. I just kind of did a pattern with the, I think I used the pink. I used the pink marker on the pink background there. And this was from like the liquid paint challenge, I think, on Instagram. So I thought I would just do that little challenge piece while I worked on this review. Now, the markers are great. I recommend the markers. They are a little bit, they seem a little bit pricey compared to other brush tip markers, especially one thing I don't like about these versus like the Arrtx or the Ohuhu markers, there's no window and I can't see how much ink I have left. But if I can take that apart at some point, I'm going to have to try when I'm just about out of ink on one of these. If I could take this apart and refill it, that would kind of redeem itself, but they seem to be a little bit more expensive than the other markers on the market, being about 86 cents a piece, and the glitter markers are around $2.83 a piece. So yeah, they not as expensive as some, but more expensive than others. But yeah, it was a nice color range. I think it's one of the biggest brush tip marker ranges I've seen. I think there are some that are super, super big that I haven't tried yet, but this is the biggest marker set that I have personally used of these liquid ink ones. They are liquid filled, so if you shake it, kind of hear the little ball bearing, and you do want to shake it each time you use it. So if that's annoying, you might want to go with a cotton filled marker, but yeah, they were pretty good to use. Now let's move on to the marker pad. This marker pad is 100% cotton. You get 30 sheets, and this size, which is like 7 by 10, is up $27 regular. I think there was a coupon for it to be around 24 something. At the time I'm recording this, who knows what's going to be available by the time this video goes up. It's going to go up pretty soon, so hopefully it won't have changed much. This 100% cotton paper, which is usually great. However, in this case, I don't think markers, even acrylic markers, are great on 100% cotton paper with nothing underneath them, because they soak in. Even though it says streaks free, I found it to want to be streaky. Now, I mean, I put that pattern on top so the streaks aren't that apparent, but you can kind of see some of the streakiness I got, and it's just because cotton paper is so absorbent, and I don't think that's the best option for any type of marker, acrylic or alcohol. It sucks the ink in so much. So I think you're much better on this working on a sealed surface, like over acrylic paint. Like if I use this paper and did the background with acrylic paint, let that dry, and then went over it with the markers, that would be great. But I think using the markers directly on this or any cotton paper is going to reduce their ink capacity and their longevity. Working on top of this was working on top of acrylic paint on a canvas. That was the markers just glided. They still put out opaque coverage, because acrylic markers are great for multi-surface, for most sealed surfaces. So they're going to be opaque on a glossy surface. They're going to be opaque on top of acrylic paint. They have that kind of superpower. I feel like it's not the best surface for that. I did do just some watercolor swooshes on there just to see how that would do. It does fine, but I mean, I don't think it would be as good as a watercolor paper either. It just doesn't seem like it's sized robustly enough for that. I think probably this would be a nice surface for colored pencil, honestly, and it's cotton, so you would have that nice archival quality to it. So while I think it's a decent paper, I don't think it's a great product to go with these markers. And for the price, I think I would skip it unless you know you want it for colored pencil. I haven't had a chance to test this with colored pencil, but that would probably be on my next thing to try, because it is a pretty good price for 30 sheets. You know, I don't know. It's probably about the same price as Meeden, honestly. And if you want a watercolor paper, I would go with the Meeden. This might be good because it is a fairly smooth surface for colored pencil. So that would be the next thing I would try on that. no promises on when that's going to happen, but that would be something else I would try. The markers, the glitter markers are quite lovely. A set of the 12 glitter markers is $33.90. You can take a look here. I think that is kind of high for glitter markers because there's been a lot of companies coming out with glitter pens lately. Ohuhu has, Graby has, and they all have like large selections for not a lot of money. So, you know, what these kind of reminded me of a bit were the Spica, Copic Spica at You pens. Do you remember those back in the day? Although these have a thicker tip and put out more product. There's probably more product in these too, to be honest. So, you know, it does seem like it's a pretty juicy marker. These all have matte barrels, which are really easy to uncap and recap. So if you have arthritis or any issues where you find some like glossy marker barrels tough to open and close, I don't think you'll have that issue with these, which is another plus. And I do find them easy to get in and out of the packaging, which is another plus because, you know, they hold tight, they stay in order, and they're easy to remove and put back. I think that's not to be overlooked when you're thinking about, well, what do I want my markers to be in? Do I want it in a book type case where I have to flip through? Do I want it in, like, Ohuhu comes in the zippered cases? That might be more convenient for you. Arrtx comes in trays in a box. That might be more convenient for you. If you do a lot of crafting, like on the couch, this might be a better option because you have everything laid out right in front of you. It really just depends. I didn't notice much wear and tear on the brushes, but let's look at the brush tip that I used the most. That was VR1. And my lights here are making it glare kind of, but let's just see. How is that nib? That nib's holding up pretty well, and I colored a lot with it. So what I want to do is let's take that marker paper. I can see a little softening of the nib there. Let's take one that I didn't use very much. The caps don't post either, so just kind of keep that in mind. Let's take this one here. I'm just seeing how fine of a line I can get. Oh, I can definitely feel that this tip is much softer. I'm going to bring this up to the camera and see if the camera can focus in. I've been doing a lot of art today, so my eyes are very tired, but yeah, I can notice the softening of the tip. I don't know if the nibs would last a refilling, honestly. I think they'll last as long as a marker, no problem. But if you're using these markers on things that are rough, such as rocks, you may reduce their lifespan. I would recommend, actually, I'd recommend any brush tip acrylic markers for smoother surfaces just to prolong their life. I don't know if there are any any replacement nibs for these. I think if you could find an acrylic brush tip marker that had replacement nibs, these would probably work. Let me find a lighter color. Let me pull the nib out of one of these. And actually, yeah, I don't want to damage that pink one anymore because I'm afraid that, let's see if we can pull that nib out. Okay. That's what the nib looks like. I think that looks pretty standard. I had to pull one of the Arrtx ones out because it dried up on me and I pulled it out and doused it in some alcohol. But, yeah, I think that's a pretty standard one. If you can find replacement brush nib, they probably would fit. Because it does seem to be the same size tip as all the other acrylic markers that I've used. And, I mean, that's pretty much it. I think I will grab a couple brands that I have. Just the two that I use the most, the two that I have are Arrtx and Ohuhu. So I got the Ohuhus right here. We can compare. So Ohuhu, you get the nice window. You can see how much ink you have. Size-wise, they're about the same size. Actually, well, no, the Enmys are longer. Let's pick a color that's a little bit closer. Let me look at the swatch here. That looks close to R5. Oh, I wonder if they're using this was R19. I was just wondering if they might be using the same color system. I don't think they are. So this is R5. Let's just take a look at those side by side. Nibs appear to be about the same size. Actually, the Ohuhu nib's a little bit smaller. Okay, let's try the Ohuhu. I've probably used this one a bit more because I've had this for longer. So I'm not getting quite, well, yeah, I'm not getting quite a fine line with it because these have been more used, but I'd say they feel pretty similar. Yeah, I would say they feel pretty similar. Let me grab an Arrtx really quick and we can compare. Those are also a nice option. And then you can see the cases. So the Arrtx come in trays. They have 36 or 60. They might have a bigger one by now. I don't know. But you pull out the tray to get to the marker you want. I'm just gonna grab. Let's grab. Well, this peach is probably closer. No, I want something a little bit darker just so it shows up. You have to shake it. They're very similar in size to the Ohuhu, almost identical to the Ohuhu. Actually, I think the Ohuhu feels the softest. Let's see, is there a color? That's T. Yeah, these have totally different color numbers. I'd say those look very similar too. But, you know, I don't know if these bigger barrels mean there's more ink because I can't see. There's no window in there. But I would say they're very comparable. I don't think it matters which one you want to go with. I would go with which packaging you prefer because I think the results are about the same. And I mean, I've been using the Ohuhu ones longer than any of the sets, and those have held up really well for me. So take that for what it's worth. But I don't anticipate that there would be an issue with these. I do feel the nibs feel very similar to the other ones. So there again is the color selection. I believe they have a set of 48 as well. So if you don't want the bigger set, they do have a smaller option, which I don't know how big that case would be. I would imagine it would be half the size, unless they just had a one-sided case. But yeah, nice color range. These are nice and sparkly. They're a little more sheer than some of the other brands that I've tried, but they're lovely. Especially the gold and the silver. The gold is the most opaque out of all of them. And I did use like the clear on the sardines. I used the silver on the tab and the edge of the can. I used some of the gold there, and I used the pink in the background. And it was a fun way to add a little bit of sparkle on top. I think it would be good for card makers, honestly, if you want to just kind of bling up a pair of fairy wings or a butterfly or a dress or something like that on one of your cards. I think it would be a fun way to do it, or to do a tone-on-tone background like I did there. So bottom line, I think they're good products. I think the glitter pens might be a little bit on the pricey side, but you know, you can decide if you're comparing it to like a Wink of Stella. Well, they're a bargain. If you're comparing it to maybe the Gravy or the Ohuhu pens, they're a little bit more expensive. So, you know, there's a lot of different options out there, but they're fun to use. I think the quality's great. If I had to pick one of the products to recommend out of the three, it would definitely be the acrylic paint pens. But if you already have the Arrtx or the Ohuhu, well, if you already have them and like them, you can expand your color range here. But if, you know what? Why don't I show you? I have the Ohuhu swatched out. Do I have a swatch with them? That would be great. I don't know if I do, though. I'm forever losing swatches. But, oh, there's the printed swatch anyway, so you can kind of see a little bit what you have. You know what I'm noticing? Both sets have a good range of purples. That's kind of nice. I do like the reds in this set. I will say that they do have nice reds. But you know what? I think I would just go, if you're considering these different options, look on Amazon, look at the color swatches, see what speaks to you. This is a really nice comprehensive range, I will say. Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. So, so pick what speaks to you. Anyway, that's my review of the Enmy markers and outliner glitter pens and paper. Take with it what you will, and I hope you found it useful. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this review, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye!